We are back with some more Terrain Simulator Classic. And yes, it is request time again. This request has come from Lucosa again. That you're all falling over with surprise at that. But yeah, anyway, in the Steam sale at the start of October, I bought a few DLCs, and one of them was the West Coast Main Line. So we are going to do that. So Lucosa's said either the north part or the south part. I'm going to do the south part, going from London Euston to Birmingham New Street. I had the choice of the Pendolino or the Intercity 125. I've gone for the Pendolino, the 11 car version, so it's going to be fully loaded up. I have not done a practice run with this at all. I've never driven the Pendolino at all in this game or any other game or even in real life. I may have been a passenger on one a couple of times, but I've never actually driven it in this game. Right, he did not specify us any time or weather or anything, so we're just going to do summer, clear day, 10 o'clock in the morning, and we will be able to see some of the scenery. Right, so let's get this underway. Okay, right, here we are in the Pendolino. You'll notice I'm going to try using the smaller HUD, because as soon as I can see how much I'm braking and how much throttle I've got and the speed limits and everything, then I should be good. Right, okay, let's see if we need to turn anything on. Now, I don't know what this does. I've not even read the instructions, to be fair. So let's get some lighting going. So that's the air conditioning, windscreen wipers, cab lights, there we go. So yeah, I'll put it on that, it's nice and bright. That's the doors, door interior light. It's just the headlights now, if we need them. Exterior lights stay running, we want. Right, okay, that'll do. Right, so the reverser we want to put into forward. Like that. Acknowledge the AWS. Don't know what that is. Okay, but Q fixes that, which is obviously the driver vigilance, which I will probably disable. There we go. I've disabled that because it pisses me off. Actually, I'm being a bit unfair. I should enable it and see how bad it actually is. Right, okay, so let's let people on. I don't see many people here. There's a couple of doors open, I think. There we go, in our Avanti West Coast livery. Either they're on, or they're not bothering. Okay, oh there we go. There's the doors shutting. Right. Okay. That's the signal. Right, let's get underway. We are on a 25 mile an hour limit. Okay, I don't think we have brake. It's all in one, I think, on this. Yeah, brake 3, brake off, notch 1. And yeah. Oh. Let's try that again. I think that just tests the lights actually. There we go. Right. Okay. Let's try that again. Notch 2. Well, we will be stopping at Watford Junction, Milton Keynes, Coventry and Birmingham New Street. I'm not going to bother stopping at the airport. It'll just be just go to all the major stations. I've only chosen Watford Junction. Oh, we're on 15 miles an hour here, because when I did go to Birmingham, might have even been one of these a few years ago. We did stop at Watford Junction and not many more. There we go, just got to get used to this sensitivity on the controls. So this is the first time I have driven this thing. So we're almost at the 25, then we'll be in a 40 for a pointlessly short distance, and then 30. So, okay, let's now get to 25. Maybe we'll get to 30 on the way through. Yeah, that is going to piss me off. So we're now in the 30. It's because it's this bend here. And we're downhill there. So a bit of braking. Right, we're on a green. And then we'll be at 50. Oh, on a 1 in 35, a bit of a steep old hill there, so we'll have to go to notch 4. And we're not even accelerating that well. We're on full power here. Oh, it is a steep hill. We're getting up there, just not as quickly as I'd have liked. Right, we're sort of levelling out now at Primrose Hill. I've got a feeling Watford Junction is not even that far. Right. That's disabled. Oh, you heard me pressing it, didn't do anything, so I ended up speeding. I'll let myself off. This is my first ever go in this train. And as soon as we get out of this tunnel, we will be doing 80 and then 100. I doubt we'll get to 100 before we get to Watford Junction, but we'll give it a go. We're on a dead flat gradient here. And I'm speeding again. yeah. I've never done this route and I've never done this train, so yeah. Let's try and be a bit more vigilant. Okay. Right, it's in the fit. Right, we're now in the 80. Oh, I was so busy ensuring I was doing the correct speed and the throttle that I didn't see what the train that was that went opposite us. Okay, we're now just passing through into the 100 zone, and then we're at 105 in a mile and a bit, a mile and a half. Apologise for my voice, I've got a really sore throat and horrible cold. Which hopefully won't last. Right, so look, we're nearly 100 already. And then we'll be 120, so maybe Watford isn't as close as I thought. Acceleration has stopped a little bit. Right, 105 coming up. And then the glorious dizzy heights of 120 miles an hour. So, oh, and then 125, the top of the shop. Already. And we haven't even got to Watford Junction. Right, we go through Wembley. I'll be going in a couple of weeks to watch the American football. Just ease that off a little bit just while we get the whole train past there, and now we can go up to max speed. Right, Wembley. Let's see, is that the stadium there? Let's see the great big arch thing. Well, let's see if keeping it at notch 1 will maintain 123 or even takes up to 124. Doesn't appear to be doing much. Oh, right, notch 2 then. We're sort of flicking it backwards and forwards between notch 1 and 2. I don't know if there's a speed setter on here. Again, I've done no due diligence. I've come completely unprepared. So now we're sort of doing full black. Let's do our trackside view as we go through Harrow. Snobby old Harrow. We're doing 125 now, so I've turned it to coast mode. I don't want to get done for speeding. Let's put in some notch 1. So I've got no idea about the brakes on this thing, so I will start braking just over a mile from Watford Junction. That looks like a class 377. What the bloody hell is that doing on this line? Weird. Still no sign of Watford. Oh, but we do have a speed limit down to 110. That might give me a bit of an idea of how good the brakes are before we have to slow down for the station. Oh yeah, we've got to go through Bushy, haven't we? So we're going to lose 15 miles an hour. Let's see how quickly that happens. Not bad. Oh. Right, so we're going on the express track through Bushy, and there is Watford Junction. Right. Brake 2 from now. These brakes ain't bad. Now, sometimes when I click it doesn't always change, so I'll take this right up to the end. Maybe I should stick out over it a bit. I might not need to. There we go, look, we've got the whole train over at Watford Junction. Look at that. That's not bad going, is it? Here we are at good old Watford. So, next stop will be Milton Keynes. I remember that advert. All the little kids with the red balloons. Oh, come on, get on with it, you cunts. Otherwise I'm going to fucking pull away without you. Was an Elton John chairman of Watford at some point. I don't think the guard's going to blow his whistle. Yeah, who would you rather... who'd be the worst chairman to have? Elton John or Delia fucking fuckface Smith? Let's be having you. Fucking idiot. Right, yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to assume that I'd missed the guard's whistle because I was outside, even though I should have been louder. So we are going to get underway. And we are on 110 limit. So as soon as we bring up a bit of speed, we will crunch it straight into notch 4. Like so. And we're in 115 in under 1 mile. So I doubt we'll even have to start braking for 100 before we get to 115, which I don't have a problem with at all. I haven't seen any whistle signs yet. You're very melodic. Sounds like one of those Bon Tempi keyboards we had as kids in the early 80s. Right, okay, so we're going to be going up to 115 in this tunnel. We're at 60 already. That's been quite impressive. Once it gets going, the acceleration is pretty good. Pulling away isn't so quick. From standing isn't all that quick, but once you get to about 30 mile an hour, it's sort of acceleration picks up. Like a motorbike's got a power band. Right, yeah, we're not going to get to 115 before we hit the 125 mile an hour zone. Right, that's Kings Langley, isn't it? So there we go. Right, we're in the 125 zone now, so now we can just step on it. And we'll blast through Kings Langley, hopefully with notch 4 power. If not, we'll have only just got to 125. I don't think we're quite going to get there. No. There we go. That's Apsley. I've never heard of that place. That probably means no one's been murdered there lately. Right, up to 120 now, so 121, so we'll go back down to notch 1 when we get to 125, and then maybe flick between 1 and 2. So keep it on 2 there for a minute and see if it gets to 125. There we go. Let's see if I can induce a heart attack in any of the older people on the platform. Hemel Hempstead. Right, what's that AWS like going for the light? It's green. Yeah, what's that all about then? Well, it just was, right, but it got down to, yeah, like that, coasting now. We then hit 125 and I can't see what decimals on at. But yeah, the speed will do me. Right, oh, we got 115 coming up. And Berkhamsted. We'll slow down slightly as we rip through that place. Do a bit of trackside cam for that. There we go. Let's tear through it. Now this is my favourite one. You're down on the track. A very sort of suicidal place to be, but that's better. You only get your toes ripped off there. Well, having increased the speed, because we're at 125, did that. Let's go back to this. Did that while we're in the trackside cam view. Right, that's Tring. As how a baby would describe the telephone noise in the old days when we all had landlines. Oh yeah, that's Tring. Right, is there people there? There he is, ready? serves you right for that hanging around in that little backwater halt or tring or whatever it is. Okay. Not get much of a chance to check the scenery out, and that's because we can't see any. Too much foliage. What have we got there? Oh, can't tell what that is. That looked familiar. I think that was our brother from another mother. I mean, one of my new trains, that first one we saw. Right, Cheddington. Well, what have we got coming up now? Or is it going the same way as us and we're just catching it up? Yeah, we're overtaking it. Well, he's slowing down. Can't see what that was again. Let's look at the number on the back. Well, we are going slightly downhill, so even notch 1 causes us to accelerate a little bit. So we'll cruise and lose a couple of miles an hour, and then we'll stick it back to notch 1. Like now. 1 in 383. Well, I think we're still losing a little bit here. Let's go to notch 2. Yeah, let's treat ourselves to notch 2. Notch 3 now, and we've got 110 miles an hour as we go through Leighton Buzzard. Well, I've just got an achievement there for something to do with Virgin Trains. There's Leighton Buzzard. I've driven through that, and yeah, it is. It's not that nice. It's not quite as bad as Dunstable, which is next door, but it's pretty shit. The bit I went through, anyway. Right, let's just go through this tunnel and a little bit further, and we're back up to 125. Can we see any scenery? A little bit, but not a huge amount still. It's still Trees and just a hill. There's a couple of little houses over there. I'll just go through a red light. No, I would have had AWS and all sorts of things are going off. Right. Let's get ourselves back up to 125. It looks like we're on the downhill again, although not very steeply. So I think we'll go to notch 1 once I get there. Right, let's see if that keeps us at 124. It takes us up to 125. Yeah, it did. Not we'll cruise for a little bit as we go through Bletchley. All the codes were broken in World War II. Let's go up to notch 3 now to get some speed back up. No one on the platform. Not a soul. Got notch 1. Seems to be on reasonably even. AWS. Okay, there's a speed limit reduction, but I can't see it on the HUD. But let's brake anyway, because we are approaching Milton Keynes. That might have even been emergency brake there. Right, here we are, approaching at Milton Keynes. It's a much shorter platform. Right, let's see how far we can actually get this thing. I don't know, we might get the whole train on. Nearly. Alright, we've done it again. Yeah, we have. Right, we're going to get a guard whistle this time. We are. There we go. That's our cue. Let's get the fuck out of Dodge. Right, looks like we are straight into 125. Right. We'll go up to notch 4 in a very short while, and then we can just leave it accelerating all the way up to the top speed. There we go. So next stop will be Coventry, or Coventry as my brother jokingly refers to it as. Right, Wolverton. Does remind me of the place an Inspector Morse episode was based, but of course, that being Oxford, it would have been Wolvercote. I think so. Right, green lights. As just a quick drive, I'd be very surprised if we didn't have a green light. Except at our final stop, where we might get a double yellow, a yellow and a red. Right, we're already at 93. But we still got another 60 odd miles to go. 125, we're doing roughly 2 miles a minute. So half an hour without any slowdowns, but of course we will have a slowdown because we'll be stopping at Coventry, and obviously there could be some speed limit reductions. Well, we're on a perfectly flat gradient here, so I will reduce down to notch 1 once we get near the speed limit, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I've been to Birmingham New Street a couple of times on the train in the past. Recently, a few years ago, I went as a work do because their head office was in Birmingham. I remember a colleague of mine saying it's all right here, but the only thing wrong with it is just full of brummies. So I was like, yeah, I seem to like it there for some reason. Right, notch 1, let's see, that takes us to 125. We are on a slight gradient. I can't tell whether it's up or down though. I think, yeah, I don't know. Honestly don't know, I can't tell. Wish it had a minus sign on it. If it's down or uphill. Right there, we're at 125. So we'll just coast for a little bit. We'll lose a couple of miles an hour and then we'll put it to notch 1 again. We'll keep doing that. Yeah, if we can sort of keep it over 120, we will burn through these 56 miles we've got left. So the ETA reckons about 45 minutes, 44 minutes. Well, let's go to notch 2 now. I think we may even have to go to 3. I'm keeping an eye on that speed. Yeah, we seem to be stuck at 124 at the moment, which is fine by me. Oh no. So there we go. I'll take that off for a minute. There doesn't appear to be any stations coming up. And I still didn't get a chance to see what train that was. I really should know, but I haven't poured through all my new DLCs yet. Because work's been getting in the way a little bit. There's a Pendolino, I think. No, it isn't. No, that's a that was a diesel. Right, really nice scenery we can look at. All very rural. Bit of a sharp edge on that cliff there. Well, I don't know if it's a cliff because there shouldn't be any coast near us. Speaking of coast, let's drop it down to notch 0 or no thrust. Thrust? Oh, that's been flights with no power. Okay, now we're on a downhill by the looks of it. So I think notch 2 might be a little bit much. So let it get to 124. Then we'll go to notch 1. If it gets to 125, then we'll coast again. just now. But yeah, this is a pretty responsive train. You have to wait ages for the brakes to charge and discharge. It's all fairly instant response. Right, 46 and a bit miles to go. So yeah, we're getting through them. I've done 10 miles since I last checked the remaining distance. But because that ETA hasn't moved, I'm going to feel we'll be doing a few slow downs. Right, we've got another tunnel and then a speed reduction to 120. So I'm going to leave it cruising for now and apply some brakes nearer the speed limit reduction if I need to. Although we're losing it naturally, I may not have to. Right, we're already at 120. We didn't have to wear out our brake discs at all. And we will be back up at 125 in just under a mile and a half. No complaints from me there. I'd love to know what the top speed of this train is. So we're on a slight uphill. So notch 2 is still enough to increase our speed. Right, pedal to the metal. Right, we'll see if notch 1's enough to maintain it at this gradient. Probably not quite. Yeah, so we have to coast for a bit. Haven't seen any stations. Well, where we've gone alongside the platform for a little while now. About a notch 2, we're still losing a bit of speed. Now we're gaining it. There's a wind farm turbine just up ahead. Just the one. Oh, 223, so we're doing all right. Here's the wind turbine. And we've got a speed reduction coming up to 110, so we're going to lose 15 miles an hour. We'll actually let the brakes do that when we get a bit nearer. We should get an AWS alert, I would have thought. Right, and it's only while we're going through this tunnel. Maybe there's a bit of a curve in it. Immediately we get out, we are straight back to full speed, or line full speed. At 35 miles left, we've knocked another 10 miles off. There we go. Ooh, wrong way. There we go. So Coventry is our next stop. Now idea how far we are from Coventry. Probably about 10-15 miles tops. So I'm expecting to pull in there in the next 5 to 10 minutes if we're staying at maximum speed. Watford Junction, Euston down. Oh, okay. Looks like we are on a downhill, so I'll stick it onto coast. Not brakes. Oh blimey, look, we've got a 60 here. As we're going through Rugby, right, okay. Right, let's start braking. And then we're at 75 once we come out of Rugby. Have we haven't left it too late? I think we're good. There's Rugby. There we go. Don't look good going that slow, does it? Well, we'll be at 75 very shortly. Maybe we might not be going much faster. for at least a mile and a half. Right, this notch one does give us a little bit, and turning it off makes us reduce. I'm just going to flick between the two, which is annoying. Yeah, don't look like we're going to be going much faster. I know Rugby's sort of almost next door to Coventry, isn't it? Not much to see. Some nice hilly areas there. No sign of any sort of suburban or urban living at all at the moment. Oh, there's something over there in the distance. Something around here. Oh, we're 125. I didn't see that on the HUD. There you go. Hopefully it wasn't like that for too long. But yeah, let's get up there as quick as possible. Yeah, it doesn't take us that long. So I can identify this one coming the other way. I think it was one of these Pendolinos. Right, 120 now. Right, notch 1. Let's see if that maintains, decreases or increases. Right, decreases. Let it go down. We'll flick it up to notch 2. Usual thing. Right, notch 2. Oh, we've got a 75 coming up. We must be heading towards Coventry now. Oh, and there it is. We're going in a little bit fast here. Actually, no, we're not. We're all right. Right, let's see how much of the train we can get onto the platform. Right, we've got another 2 carriages to go. Half a carriage to go. There we go. We're on. The entire train is on the platform. Right. Okay, so this is Coventry. This is our penultimate stop. So, will we hear anything from the guard? Give it a few more seconds. A bit random, isn't it? Right, I've heard nothing, so we're going. Right, 75. And with only 18 miles to go, I don't think we're going to be going up to 125. Well, I think it's highly unlikely. We may do, a little bit of country in between the two. Oh, 95. There we go. As usual, my powers of prediction are, unchallenged. There you go. It's making me look more stupid the further along the track we get. And then we've got a few sort of stations like Tile Hill and all that on the way. I'm sure my brother lived there for a little bit. Well, we're in the 95 zone, obviously we're nowhere near that speed yet. Picks up speed going through Canley. Thought I heard a beeping, thought it might be the OWS, but it wasn't. There's Tile Hill. Right, oh, we're at 100, so I'll have to slow down in a minute. Tunnel and then a tunnel, a little tunnel. Nice. 110 coming up at Berkswell. Berkswell? Christ knows. Yeah, I've got a bit, this Pendolino. It took me a little bit of getting used to right at the beginning, but it's a pretty good drive. Nice and straightforward. I'm probably not using half the features that I have available to me. I didn't mean to do that. Like a jump in the air, maybe on the track. Right, I think we're going downhill now. Oh no, it's completely flat. Looks downhill. And the whole bigger picture thing there. Yeah, it is now. So we might have to do some controlled braking to avoid speeding. Let's see what coasting does to us. Well, I'm alright coasting. Lose a little bit, but not a lot. Oh, I sound like fucking Paul Daniels now. Alright, we have just gained a little bit of speed there. Hampton and Arden. It's coming up. And then we are down to 100. So we don't appear to be losing much speed, so I'll probably will have to put a slight bit of brakes on. Oh no, look there, we've lost a little bit. platform. Right, we're approaching Birmingham International. And then I think we might go through a couple of little stations. It'll be Birmingham and New Street, platform 2B. Right, I can't see any planes or Concords or anything like that. Oh yeah, there's our first little station, Marston Green. It's Birmingham International Airport. It's sort of in Birmingham. Like how many London airports we've got? London Gatwick, that's in West Sussex. London Heathrow, that's in Hounslow, or right near Slough or Slough, as we call. London Luton, that's in Luton. London Stansted, that's in Essex. Oh, and apparently Southend is now London Airport as well. London Southend. So yeah, Lucas, if you're listening to me, you're also a Londoner, according to the airports. Right, 5.5 miles to go. Stetchford, platform 1. Stetchford. Interesting name. There we go. Got a nice bit of echo there. Obviously, we're going to do it even more for Stetchford. Let's get the angle right so we can see the people. There's woman. Stitch that. Adderley Park. And then we got a speed reduction down to 65. Because we are less than 3 miles from Birmingham New Street. Yeah, or then almost straight away down to 45. braked a little bit early there, so we'll correct that now. Right, we're in the 40 zone, then we'll be going to 30, then almost immediately 20. I will not even acknowledge the 30, we'll just go straight down to 20. And I was speeding. It's been a bit of a downhill that I wasn't aware of. Well, I wasn't paying attention to. There's another downhill, so yeah, watch the speed. God, braking, I'm still accelerating. Still accelerating. Right, here we are. So I think we're going to go on to the next. How was I speeding then? I went to 10. What happened there? Do I have to click that? Yeah, I went to 10. I didn't see that on the HUD. That was a bit cheeky, wasn't it? Look at him with his thumbs up like he's a fucking hitchhiker. Right, yeah, we want 2B, so we'll go right up to the end. Yeah, that's gonna. So I reckon I've got about 6 or 7 speeding things on my performance at the end of this. Right, let's get the whole train onto the platform. I think that tunnel will take us through to the other Birmingham station. According to Google Maps when I had a look the other day. Right, we are all on. Okay. We have completed the scenario with a quick drive scenario. So London to Birmingham New Street. So we started at Euston, we went to Watford Junction, Milton Keynes, Coventry, and finally Birmingham New Street. Yeah, that was a very pleasant drive, that. Yeah. Apart from invisible speed limit reductions at the end. But yeah, very nice train to drive. Okay, well that brings us to the end of this video. So we will see you on the next one. Oh, before we go, let's just have a look at the debrief. It's 4 times. I'll tell you what, that's better than I thought I'd done. 4 times, so yeah. Right, okay, I will see you on the next one.